Welcome to the After Duty Hours podcast. I'm your host, Renee Flores, and as always, our disclaimer is this podcast has no affiliation with Ramstein Air Base, U.S. military branches, or the U.S. government. I have a fantastic host today that we invited. We have the KMC First Four Vice President, Brittany Hale. How are you doing today?
Good. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, it's so we kind of wanted to go back to the roots of kind of like KMC First Four of actually like inviting. We have a few people that were invited, kind of like people that we don't know. Like we got a couple like Army people suggested to get invited, so that was kind of cool. But in moments where nobody was getting suggested, we had to continue to invite people we kind of knew, and we were. I was kind of thinking about, I should really get the KMC First Four, like the four execs on before, their time is no more this year. So Vice President, we're doing that today. Second episode was Demo. So that was a fun episode. I feel like we've grown a lot since then. We've learned a lot, how to engage better, especially me being the host. But what do you think about the podcast so far? Like of what you've seen so far? I didn't expect you to maybe watch all the episodes so far because some of them are kind of long. But maybe you've seen a few, maybe snippets of some. And if you had any suggestions or ideas for like future episodes.
Yeah. So I think first of all, the idea that you and your team to put together this podcast is kind of incredible. Putting together this safe space where people can, be outside their jobs and talk about real life, ways to improve, pieces of information for them to be able to continue going forward. And I think bringing it back to the First Four is a big piece of it too, right? The execs probably have some experience. They're all from different job fields, different backgrounds. And they can all bring something to the podcast to help educate and encourage others really to come out and maybe be a part of it as well. There's a lot of people out here that have experience with finance and education and all these programs that I'm sure junior enlisted want to get involved in. So
or don't know how to.
Exactly. Like maybe they just need that guided light, like, hey, this is what you should be doing with your time. Investing in yourself, and I think that you and your team here have created like a great program for them to come back and say, oh man, what was that episode of the podcast where they talked about staying consistent in the gym? Let's go back.
Episode 3,
let's go, let me go watch that and maybe get remotivated. So hearing Chief Kelly talk about loss, all those opportunities for people to like they're cemented now where they can go back and watch them again,
I like that too. I mean, I don't know how many guests have heard this or whatnot from what I said in previous episodes. For frequent listeners, they've probably heard me say this about 1,000 times, but I'll say it again. When it comes to bringing junior enlisted guests on, we want to our kind of focus is to have like a more chill conversation, but what leaks into the conversation is more beneficial information because we can learn off of each other. But my one of my main goals when I get more experienced military members or even just older individuals, they can bring that life experience as well. So that episode turns more into like a mentorship type of episode, where more younger airmen, the junior enlisted, when they come on or as guests, we can provide just funny stories or something relatable to kind of like get the vibe going. And then in those conversations we actually learn something about each other because Cassie, she brought up her education and what she's doing, getting a master's and whatnot. Crazy. That's going to be a future episode. But
that's exactly what you're talking about. Like she has, as a junior enlisted member, she has this life experience of her educational path and what she's doing, right, which is super inspirational to the people around her.
I learned that on the podcast with her, and then I was like, I didn't know because I don't know Cassie on that level, so like I didn't know what I was exactly going to talk about, like that main topic of the episode, and it ended up being that because I know how important, like I want to get my education at some point, so I don't know where to go. And she's like, utilize the government because they're paying,
for your education.
Yeah, and they're providing experts. They're paying for these experts to kind of guide you where you want to go. Yeah. So you just have to go.
Yeah, 100%.
So, yeah, I mean, I love this podcast. I love my team, and I'm really happy that it's working out. We are struggling a little bit on the publicity, kind of like the marketing type of side of things. I mean, I'm not forcing anybody to watch it, but I feel like I want to get more eyes on. I just don't know how quite to do that. I had a couple ideas, like printing out little cards with QR codes of it, and then if I do AADD again, sometimes they do want to tip money, and I'm like, here, just subscribe to this and give it to them. I mean, I don't know if they'll do it in the moment because they're kind of drunk or whatever, but I think it's just easier to hand out cards, and maybe they'll scan a QR code. It's easy, and then they'll sub to it.
I think word of mouth's really powerful out here. I've noticed that you can see flyers, you could see it on social media, but it doesn't appeal to everybody in those lanes.
Yeah.
So word of mouth's really powerful, like getting out there and just spreading the word. Today alone, just talking about where I was going after work, like I had like 6 people who were like, hey, can you just send me the information? I want to check it out. So it's
cool.
Word of mouth I think is important, and there's so many of us like on this committee now where we could just help you just to carry that forward, because you're not alone. We're definitely here for you, and I think what you're doing is so awesome that we want to get that out.
Yeah. I mean, I think the most important thing is that just staying consistent. Yeah. I know we're like deep into August right now, and there hasn't been a lot of episode posted, and we want to say sorry for that. We do have episodes in the pocket. We're just we're just releasing them all together because there was a mistake on our end. But
fail forward. We'll get them out there and people will get to see them.
Yeah. So I think that's a good thing that we're doing, is we're staying consistent no matter if like one video is getting 30 views and the other one was getting 300 and 400 and the other one's getting 15 views. Like, I think we still live by that motto. We're helping that one person who needed to listen and whatnot.
100%.
But let's move into getting to know Brittany Hale on, let's just start with the simple stuff, like the hometown, family background, anything that you feel like sharing about yourself, where you grew up and stuff.
All right. I hate talking about myself, but we're going to do this. You gotta put yourself outside your comfort zone, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm from San Antonio.
Okay, Texas. Yeah, there we go. She said it at the same time as me. He's from Louisiana, and we always like
give him a hard time about it.
Yeah, you love us. All right,
San Antonio. I lived in San Antonio my whole life. I worked at Six Flags.
Oh man, let's go.
For like 12 years.
I love it there.
Before I joined the service, I operated go-karts. I was really big into rides and aquatics. So like operations, safety, all that kind of stuff. It was awesome. I mean, it was super hot, but it was super awesome. Yeah. I mean, you go from opening up a park and getting 30,000 people a day.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Some days where you got like 6,000 people a day, right? So your throughput's just wild all the time, and it was just so incredible, like experience and environment to.
I bet you the coworkers, the work staff, the amount. There's probably so many people.
People say all the time that you stay for jobs for like the people that you work with.
Yeah,
100%, like 100%.
I mean, there's so many. I mean, you can't dislike them all, right?
Yeah, 100%. There's some people, man, that one of my best friends back home. We've been friends since we operated the go-karts at 17.
Yeah.
So we've been friends for 10 plus years. Just from operating go-karts. If she ever watches this, she was too short to drive herself on the go-kart.
Yeah.
So I used to drive her around
the
go-kart track when we were like 17, just like, hey man, you have to test them out in the morning. So I was like, jump in, man. We're gonna take a little ride and do some spin outs on this go-kart track, So it was a really, really cool place to kind of professionally grow up. Definitely did some things that I'm not proud of, like in that career field. But there were some things that definitely made me who I am now. So
the Fright Night must have been cool.
Oh yeah, man.
A cool era.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was part of the team that used to.
We like going to Fright Night whenever it's time. I think we went to the Dallas Six Flags.
Yeah,
though.
I was part of the team that put those decorations up and the Christmas lights and all that kind of stuff.
I like the circus crew that's be sliding and stuff
clowns,
like that. Yeah,
man,
they're on the skates.
Section.
Yeah,
I hated that section, man.
Yeah, that was actually the first time. I was already out of high school. We're all pretty much out of high school. Me and Rebecca were boyfriend and girlfriend, but she was already really close to the family. So after work, I worked at Buc-ee's.
Okay.
So after work, I drove to Dallas alone because she went with my parents and my sisters because my middle sister, Monica, lives in Dallas. So we decided to do Fright Night one weekend or whatever. And then that was the first time we got fast passes with the watches.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, we were so smart with it. Like, we'd queue up in line, wait in a haunted house line, and then once we finished that one, we go ride the ride.
Yep, and then do it all over again.
And then go to the haunted house, queue up the next ride. Oh, it was like, I was like, man, fast passes are so cool,
That's
man.
how you do it, man.
Yeah.
That's how you do Six Flags parks. You go, we're like, Six Flags will take our sponsorship now. You get the fast pass. Cool. Get the fast pass, but... Man, it was such a cool experience to be there. Like, you learn so much, meet so many people. Man.
Yeah. I remember the old man dancing on the commercial.
Oh,
the one
Mr.
that hopped out the bus. Yeah.
Mr. Six was
Is he still with us?
Nah.
No.
I mean, he's not with the company. I don't know if he's alive.
Oh, that's what I was asking.
I was like, I don't know, man.
I was like, oh, dang.
I was like, he's not
R.I.P. my boy.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, we got to play that song.
Oh, yeah.
Play it in the edits. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun, man. And
that's really cool, honestly.
It's a cool background. And I had a bunch of nephews, so they loved coming out during the summer.
Yeah.
Their aunt would just get them some tickets and let them go.
I mean, that's where I'm trying to go. I'm trying to be somewhere near a Six Flags next base. Because, like, I want to buy my own annual pass. I want to get, like, my mom has kept all of her Six Flags, Astro World, Houston, Six Flags cards things. Like, it was crazy. We have, like, I think, like, 6 of them. Before it got taken down.
Yeah, my old ops director used to work for Astroworld for like the longest time.
Yeah.
And every time you'd ask him in San Antonio, like, hey man, what was the best part of your career so far? And he's like, Astroworld.
Man, that place was crazy, man. Yeah. Seriously.
It was a lot of fun, man. I loved being in San Antonio. Culture is great.
Yeah, that Market Street.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, the big pizza place, and then
and
then the cinnamon bun place.
Yep. What's that place called? It's like Lucy's or something like that. But their cinnamon rolls are like this big. Like it's
huge. Crazy.
Yeah, they got good food in San Antonio. I do miss that a lot from back home. I miss HEB.
Yeah, I miss Walmart. The late night. Okay,
I
know people are like, oh, that's where the crackheads come out, but like, I love the late night Walmart runs, bro. Like, I think is when I lived alone, and I lived near one in Katy.
Yeah,
I was like, man, I'm just gonna go to Walmart, and then I just go to Walmart and get whatever I want. It's like 2 a.m, and then go back home and game.
Bro. You're not wrong. The amount of times I went to Walmart late night is abundant, man. I'd be I'd own that company if I had $1 for every time I did that. So.
Yeah, but definitely HEB. I miss HEB, Kroger's.
Kroger. My family, my mom and my mother-in-law, they mail us like HEB stuff pretty frequently. So
nice.
I got all the spices. I got all the candies, all the hot Cheetos with lime. I got it all at home. I got stock full.
Remember when my sister came into town?
Yeah.
Well, she got some Chick-fil-A avocado lime ranch sauce that my wife loves.
Oh, man.
And she finally got to use it because she got like a big tortilla and then she made herself like a chicken wrap.
Yeah.
With the rotisserie chicken. She like peeled it off, put some like stuff on it, and then like she put the avocado lime ranch. I'm not gonna lie, I had some because I was hungry.
Yeah.
That's not usually my go-to, but like I was eating it, I was like, man, this sauce is pretty good.
Can we talk about though for a second how amazing those rotisserie chickens at the commissary are?
Oh, they are. They're so clutch.
They don't miss right now.
Yeah,
and
they
they're
don't
cheap,
miss.
and every time I get one, I'm like, man, this is good. Like,
yeah.
Thanks, commissary, for those rotisserie chickens.
So when we first tried to attempt to do that, there was none. We were like, oh my gosh, no way. But we went the next day and there were some. But we had to wait an extra day.
Which one did you go to here at Ramside?
Vogoy.
Oh, man, see, that's where I go when Ramside's out.
Yeah. Well, gosh. I mean, it was fairly almost late. It was like 1900.
Oh, yeah. They're
well, I mean, yeah.
You got to go at like 1 p.m. when they just get out there. And just
we have one in the freezer right now. When's...
It's just a carcass for broth.
Oh, my gosh.
I was wondering. I was like, oh, when she started
Aren't you glad you didn't go in there and try to eat that?
Yeah.
You'd have been
well, I mean, it's frozen. I would have had to, like, defrost it real quick or whatnot.
He's like, I'll be back for you, man.
Yeah.
I'm coming back for this meal.
But, okay, so San Antonio. Let's kind of... so how many siblings? How's the family?
They're good. I got 2 brothers and 1 sister.
Okay.
I got tons of nephews.
Yeah.
I think I've
tons.
I think I have like, hold on, I got to count because I got 5 nephews.
Oh, nice.
The youngest is 8 and the oldest is about to turn 18.
Dang.
And I have 2 nieces. One just became a teenager and the other one's a freshman in high school.
They're growing up.
Sophomore. She's
for
a sophomore.
Sure.
She's a sophomore in high school. Sorry, Mia.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're growing up, and every time a birthday comes around, or they like 2 of them are seniors now, and I'm like, man,
you got to get them something or something.
I know, but I feel like I think back. I'm like, okay, you're 18 now.
How's
old
their relationship with you?
My niece and nephews.
Yeah.
We talk all the time.
Okay.
I grew up with like not a ton of involvement from my aunts and uncles.
Yeah.
So I wanted to flip the script for my nieces and nephews. You know, I want to make sure like they know who I am, like they're talking to me.
Yeah, because it's tough because you're over here now.
Yeah,
it'd be different.
My niece Mia, she texts me, you know, I miss you when you're coming home. You know, the boys are a little more standoffish. They don't put their emotions into things, you know.
Yeah.
But every time they make like big decisions and stuff, they're always like, "Hey, how you doing?" You know, like one of my nephews just got a bunch of tattoos. He's like, "Look, man, I got all these tattoos," and I was like, "Man, why'd you do that?"
The 18-year-old?
Yeah, he got a
he
bunch
waited.
He waited. He's 17, about to turn 18. He turns 18 in September, but he got a bunch of tattoos done by like his buddy. At his buddy's house in the garage.
Oh, yeah. Those are the best ones.
And I feel like everyone's first tattoo, they either got redone or they look back and they're like, oh, man, I probably should've done that.
Look at this one.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I like that one.
1 by 1.
The 1 by 1? Yeah.
It's her name.
Oh.
Yeah. She's got my name, too.
He got one, man. I'm going to show it to you.
Okay. Huh? Oh, yeah. See, his wife did that. See, yeah, those are the best ones. But, well, it wasn't a garage, but.
Yeah. This guy, man.
You got Sora's bedroom music playing. It was chill.
Yeah.
It calmed me down. I was like, oh, I haven't got a tattoo forever.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this.
This dude, man. Oh, it's not letting me pull it up. I'll show you later.
Well, in fact, if you send it to me. So that way the audience can see. I don't know if you. Do you want me to put that on there?
You guys don't want to see it.
Okay, never mind. We'll take that back. And it'll save me some time editing, too.
It's not inappropriate. It's just, it hurts my eyes to look at.
Oh.
And, you know, I'm like, come on, man. Why'd you do that? Why'd you do it like that? He got a Pisces symbol. He's born in September.
Oh.
Like, he got like 9 tattoos, like, at the same time.
Wait, September. What is that, a Virgo? Oh, man, see, man, I don't even like that stuff, and I know.
He got a whole Pisces tattoo on his wrist, and I was like, my guy.
Hey, maybe it's for the future woman. You never know.
He's just looking for a Pisces?
Yo, well, no. Nah, he falls in love this is how it's going to happen. He falls in love one day, he gets to know the girl, and next thing you know, like, he learns her birthday, and he's like, wait a minute.
It's meant to be.
She's a Pisces.
He's like, look. He's like, I've been planning this since I was 17, man. Yeah. He's like,
That's how it's going to work out, for sure.
Yeah, but, you know, they play a lot of Texas football. Okay. We're from Texas, so all my nephews play football.
Yeah.
My niece is very, very smart. She's a cheerleader.
Yeah.
Does, like, competition cheer and all that kind of stuff, you know. I don't know. They're just getting too old really fast. Makes me feel old because I was 14 when they were born, the oldest one. So now with them turning 18, I'm like, a whole adult has grown up since they were born, you know?
Yeah.
So it kind of puts me in this position where I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Don't do the math out there.
I recently became an uncle, Theo, or like last Friday, right?
Congratulations.
Yeah, my oldest sister had, you know, a boy, Elijah, and I was like, I don't know, it's like, I don't know why I'm really bad at showing affection of it, but I mean, it's like I do care. Like I want to meet my nephew.
Yeah.
It's just like can't think about it too much because it's almost physically impossible for me to do it.
Right now it is.
That's why I'm saying, like, I don't, like, if I don't want to think too much about it, because then it's not going to do much for me.
Yeah.
I just got to, like, put it aside and just wait until we get, we get united, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, my parents are grandma and grandpa for the first time.
How exciting.
Yeah, they're like really happy. I mean, they're old.
Oh, dang.
They're old. Right?
Your parents versus?
They're about to turn 60 in about a couple years. 67.
Yeah.
So, oh my, like, that's about like 5 years left.
Yeah,
or 5.
My mom's in that ballpark too. She just turned.
So,
she's in her.
Yeah.
She's in her high 60s, you know.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing, you know.
Yeah.
It comes with age and education.
Absolutely.
Mentorship.
And I can see why grandparents can be happy in that capacity, because it's 100%. Like they want to see their child's child.
Yeah.
Like, who wouldn't want to
become a human, a person with a personality and all these goals and stuff. And
I know this isn't a kind of a loss, you know, losing someone episode, but I want to bring up my grandma, because it was like that. I could see why she loved us so much. It was like it. And, like, I wish my grandma could see where I'm at now. I mean, obviously, she wouldn't like that I'm overseas and whatnot. But, like, I feel like she loves to carry our pride. Like, my father-in-law has Air Force license plate, like, the outline of it. Yeah. And he's repping me. He's got the Air Force gear and stuff like that. So, I mean, that feels cool.
Yeah.
And I know that my grandma would be doing that. So, I think... I don't know. It's a bit too soon because my baby boy hasn't been born yet, but, you know, that'd be cool whenever he has kids one day. I don't know when that will be, but...
Yeah, you're going to get to have this full circle moment where you're like, oh, my gosh, this is how it felt, you know? Because at the moment, we can just think about what I would feel, but you won't really get to feel it till it happens. And then you get to decide what that looks like, you know? Like I said, like, my nieces and nephews are going to get 110% from me because I didn't get that when I was growing up.
Yeah.
You know, so I just want to change the narrative, flip the script, and make sure that they have that one person, right?
Yeah.
Someone, at least, that they know they can rely on to talk to or chat with, or, hey, my car broke down, come pick me up, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, I need a taxi, like, you know, those types of calls. And
that'd be cool if I was that call. Imagine Rebecca, like, when Elijah's older and let's say I'm in the States and I'm around the area, and he's too afraid to call his mom and dad, and so he calls me because he knows I'm the cool uncle.
Exactly.
That would be, I'll be like, you better
that.
Yeah, you better call me.
Yeah, you get to create that, man. That's an awesome thing to have, you know. Like, I made all my nephews watch Pokemon Indigo League. So I was like, look, you're going to learn about some Pokemon out here. Yeah. Not the new stuff either. You're going to watch the original.
And you actually, dang, hold up. We're
going to jump around?
Nah. I want to bring that up, but I don't want to skip a couple of things.
All right, go ahead. We'll come back to it.
Yeah. Rebecca, you'll be Courtney for today. Just remember Pokemon, all right? And then I'll remember what I was gonna ask. So quickly, you got any like hobbies, hidden talents, or favorite foods?
I never met a pizza I didn't like.
Yeah, pizza.
I love pizza, man.
Yeah.
Philosophy about pizza.
Hunt Brothers. Do you think Hunt Brothers is superior over here?
It's all right.
Or just local?
I need the crust to elevate a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, season my crust up a little bit, and I think it'll be perfect. But I think my philosophy on pizza, though, is when it's good, it's good. When it's bad, it's still pretty good. You know, that's how I feel about pizza. I can't say the same about tacos because I love tacos, and they need to be good. I can't have bad tacos. But bad pizza,
I've been having some bad tacos here lately.
I'm so sorry to hear that, man. You know, like Little Caesars.
I feel like I have to pay like €10 to get a good taco. I'm like, nah, that's criminal, bro.
Nah, it's quality and quantity, man. Like,
yeah, I know, but I don't like over there where we're from. Like, you could buy like a dollar, $1.30 taco.
That's fair.
And it's like, it's amazing.
You get those taco trucks, or you pull up to
I got like 10 around my house.
You pull up to the grocery store and they're selling them out of the trunk. That's how you know they're good. I'm like, oh yeah,
maybe.
You got the trunk with the tamales in there. I'm buying from that lady down there.
Yeah,
you know?
and that's why when you see it in here, like, nothing against like the gas stations here, because I had the walking tamale thing that it was pretty good, but they ain't nothing more than like somebody who knows how to make it homemade.
100%.
For sure.
There's a HEB in San Antonio where the lady walks around with an ice chest and like a megaphone in the HEB, and she's like, tamales.
Yeah.
And you call her like the Babcock HEB lady, like she'll just open up her ice chest and she'll take cash right there in the store. You know,
yeah,
that's
pretty
what I need
dope.
in my life.
For sure.
But pizza's the answer.
Real quick, you got to get my wife to stop trading coleslaw for extra fries. I know you're real big on coleslaw, huh? You got to make her some coleslaw. That way she changes her mind about it, because I know y'all go crazy with the coleslaw.
Well, there you go. We'll make you some good coleslaw. How about that?
Yeah, because when we go to Cane's, she's like, I mean, Cane's is all right. But like,
it's all right.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I'll still order it.
Huh?
I've never met a good coleslaw.
You haven't?
Dang.
Sometimes you gotta combine it with your food. Like if you have like,
if you gotta add it to something else though, it can't.
Well, I mean, like, okay, look, okay, yeah.
That's good.
That's a good point. That's a good point. But like, maybe to start off, you can like put it on like a pork sandwich, a pulled pork sandwich.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, and then be like,
that's fair.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can combine it with something that it's known for.
It can elevate something else.
Yeah,
but it doesn't
exactly.
need to be added. Something doesn't need to be added to it to elevate it. It can elevate other.
Yeah,
other parts
exactly.
of the dish.
That's what I was trying to get.
I got you.
Yeah,
because
that's what.
That.
Yeah, because I know people who did that, and I kind of worked around barbecue and whatnot.
Yeah. What are we talking about? Hobbies.
Yeah, hobbies.
Hobbies. Man, I can play some decent harmonica.
Harmonicas? For sure.
I learned the harmonica for Piano Man, but that's too hard. I couldn't do Piano Man.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get back, and I used to play the guitar, so I'm trying to get back into the guitar, but I want to get the neck piece where I can hold my harmonica while I'm playing the guitar.
Oh, okay. We actually were chilling at that bar that in Lonsdale, that pub bar, the Irish pub bar or whatever, and there, yeah. And he was Hermione's. Blarney's? Yeah. It was Blarney's.
All right, Blarney's.
He was up there playing his guitar, and he had that thing, and he was going.
I'm telling you, man.
And man, he came to our table. I didn't even realize it was live music. He was like, he put the tip jar on the table, and he was like, I was like, what? Like, I thought this was free. I'm just trying to chill here, man.
Yeah.
But no, I think Rebecca gave him some coins, like 50 cent euro or something.
It's tough, man, because I mean, you're talking two different instruments at the same time, but they complement each other in a lot of songs. And I'm not very good, but you know, I consider.
You gotta start somewhere. You gotta practice.
Absolutely, I gotta do that. Callus my fingers.
So that's your hidden talent and hobby, I guess.
My hobby, I love baseball.
You love baseball. You play for the intramural squadron teams.
I would. So, obviously, I had surgery recently. But I'm telling you, man, every time the intramural softball league comes up, something happens, man. The first time I had emergency leave, so I had to leave. I missed the whole season. Came back, had surgery.
Oh, man.
And I'm missing the next one, too. So I was like, man, one of these days. Because, truthfully, I've been playing, like, intramural softball and kickball, adult kickball, up until 2020.
Yeah.
Like, I played soccer growing up, so soccer and baseball together, that's kickball.
Yeah.
And I can run 90-foot sprints all day, you know.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, you could hit the ball and just have, like, a runner.
Oh, yeah.
No,
well, I got a really small strike zone, so because I'm short and I'm very compact when I bat, so I'm just going to walk.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk every time, and then I can run 90 feet with my eyes closed.
Yeah.
So you just put me on the base path. I don't need a base coach. I got you. I'm going to get home.
I feel like, I mean, I know I'm late in the sports. I know Rebecca says I break every bone in my body if I attempt to play sports, which is somewhat true. I feel like I can be good at baseball for sure. If I actually like started practicing, just going to the batting cages and just like swinging, because I think before I went on vacation and we swung bats at the beach or whatever, it was before that. It was like 2021. We were playing the baseball season here in Germany, and I swung that bat so hard, and I let my hand go, and then it slipped out my other hand. That bat went flying towards the gate where people were just watching. They were like, "Oh my gosh, trying to kill me!" And after that day, I never played again.
It's an occupational hazard if you're around a baseball field, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I did practice to be stylish like that, though. My friend was telling me, he was throwing me the the baseball in the garage, and I was swinging it. So he wasn't standing in front of me. He was standing on the side trying to give me some good, like, pitches or just, like, lobs. And then I was swinging it, and he said my stance was good. It's just, like, it's like using your right elbow to put you. That's what's pushing the bat.
Yeah.
And I thought you just swung it.
Yeah.
And then that's where I started to, like it. And then, I mean, whenever I didn't practice, so whenever I got to that point, like years down the line, to swing at Ramstein, I was like, I swung and the bat flew, and I was like, oh man,
you're like, that was my bat flip. I've been practicing that all summer, just home run.
Because he said, like, whenever I was practicing in the garage, like, I would let go and I would swing out, and he was like, oh, you getting fancy with it. But he said, watch it.
There's a lot of people that they'll start two-hand, and then when they swing, they'll end up with just the one.
Yeah, he said, watch out for that, because you'll start hurting your shoulder with that one.
All that momentum behind it.
Yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, I definitely feel my arm going all the way back, and it's starting to sting. But that's cool. Baseball is definitely cool. If I could play a sport, probably be soccer, football, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I just like the art of handling the ball with your foot.
Yeah.
Like, it's just pretty cool.
They also, like, soccer players, like, on average, run, like, 9 miles a game.
Yeah. See,
like,
that would be
long distance running, honestly.
Yeah, especially if you're attacking, for sure.
Yeah, I played center mid, so you
still get aggressive there. You're literally the whole field.
Yeah, you play the whole field, man.
Yeah.
So you play offense, you play defense, and I'm an ambidextrous crosser, so I can cross the field with both feet.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter. I was up the left line, right line, defense,
okay, I was going to
offense.
say, like, yeah, I can only kick with my right, so that sucks. I would have to learn.
Cool.
I mean, to be a better unpredictable player, play with both legs.
That's why I played up the center.
Yeah.
So that way I didn't take someone's position that could hit really well left-footed, or someone's position like you that could hit really well right-footed. You just go right up the middle.
For sure.
I got you both directions. You just let me know when you're open, and we'll win. We'll take the W home and move
for
on.
Sure. But let's talk about the story of why you decided to join the military. Why and when?
All right. I joined in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So worked at the same place for like 12 years.
Yep.
Mind you, I did work fast food for like a month, and it wasn't for me. We'll just say that. It's not on my resume for a good reason, but fries and burgers just wasn't my speed.
Yeah.
Anyways, I worked same place for a long time, a lot of great people. I actually met my wife there. She worked in the same theme park for about 10 years.
Yeah.
So, I have a lot of things to be thankful for in that job. But what I will say is that at a certain point in time, you realize that you maybe have, like, plateaued, right? Like, and what I mean by that is professionally there's not a lot of movement up for you. Maybe there's some positions that aren't going to open up. You
reached the ceiling.
Yeah, I felt like I'd capped out, and
you weren't satisfied.
I wasn't satisfied. I wasn't happy with where I was, and I felt like I needed to make a big change. And I think COVID created that opportunity.
Yeah.
Right? So it gave me an opportunity to get to have a refresh on what I thought my career was going to look like, and the opportunity to do something and jump into something new. And obviously I don't know how long you were in the civilian sector before you joined, but it's really scary when you're in a career that long to jump from one career into a brand new career, right?
Yeah.
Like, you feel like you know everything about this job, you know the ins and outs, you know the people, and then you're like, to cut like that and join something completely different. It was a really scary moment, but I felt like it was time to, like, invest into myself and not stay.
Yeah, because time's ticking and you kind of get scared and you're like, man, what am I going to be doing the rest of my life?
Yeah.
And it needs to be something sustainable.
Absolutely.
Like, so, like, I felt that.
Yeah.
I was 24. I mean, I had some years outside.
Yeah.
Living in an apartment, paying my own bills, and I was working Buc-ee's, And that kind of, I mean, it's crazy how we almost have similar stories. COVID kind of projected me that direction too.
Yeah. I think that it was something I've always wanted to do. Something I don't really talk about that often is like my late father was in the Air Force in the 70s. And I knew that growing up, but I didn't really know any details about it.
Yeah.
And so I knew there was like this legacy piece. Like, you know, my grandfather was a colonel in the Army. My brother was a nuclear power electrician in the Navy.
Yeah.
You know, my dad worked on jets in the Air Force. I felt like there was this, you know, like family history and legacy that I could always kind of jump into and really carry that forward. My younger brother actually was planning on doing it. He got diagnosed with epilepsy at 17. So right before he graduated high school, he developed epilepsy, like genetic epilepsy.
Yeah.
And he asked me one time when I was like 18, he was like, if you ever get the chance to go with, like, and carry me with you, right? Because I can't go. And that was like his dream to do. So there was a lot of like personal reasons. And then obviously you're right, professionally, it's very sustainable. There's tons of opportunities, like endless opportunities.
Seriously.
I mean, here we are. We're literally
in Germany,
recording a podcast in Germany. So
exactly,
you know,
this
like,
is pretty
there's
cool.
This endless opportunities around you.
Yeah.
So it became the opportunity presented itself, and I said, you know what? I'm 27. Every day I get closer to 30.
Yeah, you're 27 right now.
No, I was 27 when I joined.
No, it's okay.
No,
I'm getting there too. I'm 27 too.
I turned 32 in February.
Yeah.
So I was like,
I'm right behind you. I'm
getting up to that point. Right, and they always say like 30 is a huge threshold, right? And then they go into 40 is a threshold, 50 is a threshold.
Yeah.
I wanted to not waste any more time. I felt like I needed to do something different, and so I just dove headfirst in. You know, Roxy, my wife, she did everything she could to like take care of the home front while I was gone. You know, for tech school and all that stuff, and you know, she had like multiple jobs because I didn't get paid until I got tech school. So she was covering like all of our bills, you know. Wow. So like now I have this opportunity to like pay her back for what she put into this too. Yeah. Is like, hey, I know you did all these crazy things, right? Now you can go to France in 45 minutes, you know. Like, let me pay you back by letting you go grocery shopping in France, you know. Yeah. So I feel like that's really how I got here and why I got here, and what continues like to motivate me to go forward is now I'm in my 30s, right? And I want to make sure that when I hang it up, right, can I look back and say, hell yeah. Yeah. That's what I did, right? And I'm really proud of that. So
yeah, it's like you built you know, that purpose to keep going and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even in BMT, whenever I knew I went into BMT actually really mature, as in like maybe in the civilian sector, I had a lot to learn, but I went into BMT like really humble. Like after all those videos I watched, I mean, you spend your nights watching those YouTube videos of the BMT. You're like, what to expect?
Like the week and two before, you're just like crying over your YouTube videos. Yeah, like,
for oh my sure. Gosh. I went into BMT even like only spoke when I had something to say. Like I wasn't joking a lot. I was taking everything kind of serious. Yeah. And kind of relating to the younger, 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds who were there. And like you had one instance where I was standing attention this close to my locker for 30 minutes. Everybody was, because one 18-year-old had a smart mouth. Yeah. And I was like, bro, like you're in the military, you're in that line to join the military. Why are you acting like this? Yeah. And he was saying some outrageous things, and there was one point where he said he wanted to get out like already and stuff like that. And I remember there was one time in the day room when we had kind of close to the end of the day where airmen, talk, and then you had your MTI just standing up there.
Protein bar time?
Yeah, protein bar time. Yeah. There you go. That's some good times. Yeah. I talked about, I had I had the courage to stand up one time and, you know, share a brief story of my life, like really brief. I just kept it short to where I wanted the younger airmen to understand, like, you know, it's hard out there. I would, you know, yeah, I'm 24 and I have a lot to learn, but I've seen a lot more things because I was on my own, and living paycheck to paycheck is not fun. And if you don't have, you know, a career, you know, or a degree, or like, you know, a network to where someone can get you a good job, if you don't have those things, you're going to be getting paid like minimal just to be alive, really. And just to be grateful for that you're here. And yeah, it sucks in here, but you act like we're going to be in BMT for like your whole 4 years.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of like the mentorship that I offered them. And, you know, some of them kind of leaned on me after that. And that was pretty cool, because I was just telling them, like, you know, I'd rather be in here than out there, honestly. I mean, we're getting fed. Yeah. I mean, even right now, like, I don't have to worry about paying a house bill because we live on base housing. But, like, you know, I don't have to worry about that stuff. And it's all being given to me because I'm just serving. I'm just doing what I'm told.
You can redirect your energy to other places.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, it's not all bad. So
yeah,
I'm grateful to be in here. Seriously.
Yeah, no, me too. I think you're right, and I think it's all about perspective, right?
Yeah. And it's not all going to be good too.
No.
I mean, and I make that same argument outside. I was like, imagine not having all this benefits and it not being good at some times. Like, that really sucks.
I'm like, I think back to, like, holy cow, you know, like, the things I worry about now are not things I worried about before joining. And you're absolutely right. I lived paycheck to paycheck. You know, am I going to get to put gas in my car this week? You know, like, those types of feelings are feelings that a lot of people in our position now don't have to worry about, right?
Yeah. And imagine them staying in for like 20 years and them retiring at 38. I'm like, man, I wish I was you.
I wish I had thought about this a long time ago.
Yeah, because you'd be done in 6 years.
I'm like, man, I could have been. I've actually met people now that are the exact same age as me right now that are much higher ranked than I am, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I had made this jump 10 years ago, think about where I would be now.
Exactly.
Right? And so when I think back to them now, they are the same age as my nephews.
Yeah.
So that's really what's like tying it together for me, right? Is I see new people coming in at 18, 19. Now I look back and think of like my family. I think about like, you know, my guys back home and what I would tell them if they were in this position, right? It's actually really funny. There's someone recently that came in here at our base with the exact same name as my nephew.
Yeah.
And I almost had a heart attack. I was like, oh my gosh, what is my nephew doing here, right? Like, he ain't ready for this.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dill, you're not. But what would I tell that person, right? And so that's what I've taken that energy into, is like, what did I need at 18? What would I tell my nephews that if this was them right now, here, doing the exact same thing? What kind of things would I give them? Pieces of advice would I give them?
Yeah.
And I think it's crazy, because if we had people that have been mentors to us when I was their age, I probably would have been a lot better off, you know?
Yeah. I probably would have realized sooner that, I'm not ready for college because I never studied, never did homework.
Oh, man.
So I would have never gave college a shot. I would have just went to the Air Force. But maybe it was a good thing I didn't go straight to the Air Force, because I had to learn some things, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
because I was a hothead back in the day.
I think it worked out the way it was supposed to, right?
Exactly.
Like, you're where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. And,
Dang, she's right. I would have never met her if I went to the Air Force.
See, things worked out the way they're supposed to. And I think
I would have,
Yeah, you should feel very happy about that, because you're right. We could look back and be like, man, I shoulda, coulda, woulda, right?
Yeah.
But at this point, in our ages, we're just going to have to keep moving forward and say, next time I find myself in a similar position, I may think again about what decision I'm going to make. Because now I can see what could have been if I had made that decision a long time ago. So now going forward, lesson learned.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm given the same fork on the road, I'm probably going to think a little bit harder, talk to some more people about it before I make a decision, you know?
Absolutely.
So,
so let's segue into, your vice president position at KMC First Four. Now, there's a couple things I've talked to Cassie and Damo about their positions, just generalized stuff, because the realization is you may not be holding that spot forever.
Right.
So for those listening who actually are tuning into this part of the episode, who are interested in getting involved in that way and, holding that position, what is some of the, I would say, like 3 advice tips that you can give them to help them succeed that you wish you would have knew whenever you came in?
I will say that I think number 1 is like surrounding yourself with people that are highly motivated, right?
Yeah. Like-minded to succeed.
That are interested in something other than a performance statement.
Yeah.
Right? Because at the end of the day, that's not really what we're here to do, right?
Yeah. I think it should be like 20%.
I think that they'll write themselves.
Yeah.
If you invest your energy.
Exactly.
And put energy into like what you're passionate about, what's important to you, right? Because that looks better and you do better in those types of positions because you care about the outcome.
Yeah.
So I would say surrounding yourself with the right people, right? Obviously anyone is welcome to be a part of the First Four, right? We encourage all junior enlisted. We want all junior enlisted. When it comes to taking one of those committee role positions or the exec positions, definitely you have to invest into the people around you, right? Give them the opportunity to succeed. Give them the opportunity to lead others. It can't just be the execs, right? We want to share that opportunity to be a leader with the people around us because we're all here to succeed, right?
Yeah. And even though being competitive, we still need to build some sort of like my section chief, when I first got here at the time, he says, you guys are all competing against each other, but y'all better not be bringing each other down. Y'all need to compete together and bring each other. If you know information, you need to tell the person you're competing with that same information that's going to help them as well. And
I think you said it just now, is you're not competing against, you're competing with.
Yeah.
Right? So bring them up with you because at some point down the line, that person you're competing with is probably going to be someone's supervisor. Yeah. And if you can give them a piece of information that can set up a future junior enlisted member, you are not only leading that person, but you are potentially leading the future of the service, right? Is creating that foundation to share information. Yeah. So I feel like we have, as a group, right, we have definitely created this environment where everyone feels supported and they succeed, right? And they've got the people in their corner that they need. And I think that's what the
structure is really nice in the KMC First Four. Like,
everyone
you wouldn't expect the junior enlisted to be that organized.
Yeah,
is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think that's a big piece of it, right? Having the right people around you. I think having the structure is my second piece, right? Because
and did y'all build that?
So that's all Damo. Damo put a lot of energy into that, and
like
I think
building the subcommittees, and that's new.
Yeah, it's new. The way that
he
it's
must have got that from someone as well, right?
Probably.
Yeah. I don't want to see. That's an example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he brought past experience to this, right? And I think
sharing that information.
Exactly. It's exactly what we're talking about, right? Is you create this, like a legacy to leave, and we've talked about that a million times, right? Is creating something that's going to leave a legacy that people can jump into after us. Yeah. And they can either elevate or continue with, but they feel like they have the tools they need to do that job, right?
Yeah. Because whenever I saw it, like I kind of wanted to tell my booster club about this. I was like, bro, like make subcommittees and get people to take all that weight off of you. Yeah. You'll need it. Trust.
And you're now creating opportunities for other people.
Yeah, exactly. Like, to be in leadership positions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and then I would say, like, sharing knowledge, right, is the last piece. Like, educating those around you. Yeah. Because we never stop learning. Honestly, we're never going to stop learning, and we never should want to stop learning. Yeah. So if there's information that you can share, I mean, you and I have had great conversations, right, about just, like, educational opportunities, like you learning something, me learning something, and us getting to move forward with
and even being in
information.
different squadrons, we can give each other the best information what we can, or even at least point the right direction. I'm not saying our supervisors in our own squadron, like obviously if I'm asking like a finance question to my supervisor in the squadron, maybe he's expected to know it because he's my supervisor, but I mean, why not use a person that you know at finance to give you a better direction? But I mean, I don't want to take an opportunity for the supervisor to figure it out. But
I mean, you could always ask the question, and if they're unable to assist you, you can get educated together.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe he or she doesn't know the answer, but again, you putting that tool into their hands, they may use it down the line. And
yeah, for sure.
So definitely getting educated on programs, and then educating others, right? Like something I was really interested in when I first got here is I didn't know that if you get a Ramstein library card, you have access to Ancestry.com.
What?
So when I got my so when I went through FTAC, I don't know if this is still the case, but it was when I went through FTAC, is if you got a Ramstein library card, you could have access to Ancestry.com. Sorry, library, if that's not accurate anymore, but at the time,
did you use it?
Heck yeah, I used it.
What'd you find out?
All right, you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
This is going to be it's not a heavy story, but it's a good story. So I told you my late dad was in the service. I didn't know a lot about his time in the service.
Yeah.
So I looked it up, and his last duty station was USAFE.
Mm-hmm.
So I did some more research, found his squadron, reached out to the wing historian, and I asked him, hey, is there any data on this squadron during this time frame? And he said, yeah, it's a Ramstein squadron.
Yeah.
So my late dad, he passed when I was a teenager, was stationed at Ramstein in the 70s, and I end up at the exact same base down the line, right?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And he was a jet engine mechanic, so the jet that's on display outside Northside Post Office is a jet that he worked on. Seriously.
That's a real jet?
It was a real jet in the 70s. And he worked on the engine when that was in commission, like when it was in operation.
Sorry if I sound stupid. That's a real plane. It's just made into a statue?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so then they told me, like, most of the buildings and the roads haven't really changed that much. So, like, the same buildings you go into.
The roads haven't changed so much.
Yeah, they're like the same.
They're still working on them or what?
Yeah, I guess so. they're still under construction, TBD. You know, so, you know, driving the same roads and using the same buildings that he did in the 70s. And
that's really cool.
So things like that, and that's a big reason that I operate the way I do out here. Because I think I have like a personal drive on top of those professional things that we talked about.
The stars are aligning.
Like, yeah, honestly, like there is something in the universe, right? I did something good at some point in my life because I am in this really crazy position where the universe has like lined up. Yeah. And I'm where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be there.
Yeah. You should extend.
Well, when you get my extension paperwork, go ahead and just route that up a little faster.
Yeah.
No, it is something we're thinking about, but I think it's just crazy to think that, you know, he put staff on at this base. So I think it's crazy to think that I have the opportunity to.
Yeah. You didn't test this year?
No, I test next year. But I have the opportunity to be selected at the same base that he put that rank on. So it's just, I don't know, it's just crazy.
Got a lot to live up to.
Yeah, I
Good
mean,
luck.
I'm ready for it though.
Yeah,
you know? Like I said,
I believe it.
I feel like I was doing all these things for the wrong reasons maybe when I was younger, and now I'm in a position where I'm like, oh man, my kids are gonna get to hear this story.
Yeah.
You know, like it's in the process of being written right now.
Yeah.
But down the line, I'm gonna get to tell this really cool story.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
For sure.
So
that's really cool.
Yeah. So go check out Ancestry.com.
Yeah, Ancestry.com.
I'm just
we'll get the library card.
I'm just plugging all of these sponsorship opportunities for you guys. Just bring all the sponsorships.
We decided to start time stamping stuff. I hear Marcy working the keyboard, so I know he's doing it. That's pretty cool, man. Appreciate your work, man. I think that's pretty much. I think, I wanted to talk a little bit about BTZ, but I mean, we could run this episode a little long if you wanted to.
We're about to.
I just felt like BTZ, if we wanted to like just really like talk about it real quick, I think BTZ is like every airman's goal. I feel like most airmen's goal. Some airmen don't care. I've met airmen that just they don't care, and that's okay. That's their choice. But I know a lot of people are hungry for BTZ for many reasons.
Yeah.
Maybe they wanted the senior airman pay so bad. I mean, hey, it ain't that different. Let me tell you. But it is a good achievement to be like outstanding more than your peers.
Standing out amongst your peers.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I know how your squadron does it. My squadron doesn't do it like that way. Somebody represents you.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Some other squadrons you represent yourself, and then some squadrons they just go straight to the wing or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Some staying within the squadron if there's enough in the cycle.
Yeah.
I think the best advice we can give, because we can't exactly tell people how to get BTZ, but I think, I don't know. It's just like being competitive. So you have to, whatever's the standard in your job, if there's like, some jobs will tell you what you need to do to be different in a good way, and just do that. I mean, like if people are telling you to do your CDCs or your upgrade training faster than the others, then that's one way you can. That's whenever your name comes up, they'll be like, oh, that's the guy who finished 7 months faster than everybody else.
Yeah.
Or this is the guy who finished before this guy and he's been here for a year already.
Yeah. I mean, there's a ton of like training material out there, but one of the things that I remember the most about was like investing in yourself, investing in the people around you, and then investing into like your operation, right?
Yeah.
So like invest. Show.
You got to put in the work. It's not easy.
You got to put in the work. It can't be a
last minute thing.
Holy cow, I go up soon, and what can I do in the short term? Like, it's something that
it ain't gonna happen.
It's
like
something
that.
that you're gonna build, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna build something, and then you're gonna go represent what you built, right? Like, look what I built.
Yeah.
Look at all the things I've done, right?
Yeah.
And look at all the people I brought with me.
Yeah.
Right, because it's
exactly
it's
displaying.
Yeah.
Even at a young junior enlisted level like that.
Yep.
The A1Cs, it's like, if you're already displaying it, that's what the Air Force is looking for.
Yeah.
Seriously, is that you are building and bringing people with you.
Yeah, but I think it goes back to kind of what we talked about earlier, is like investing in yourself, right? If that's what your goal is, or a master's degree, or I don't know, you want to be an EMT, you want to cross train, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Whatever it looks like to you, you just gotta put the time and energy into it, right? You have to nurture it, you have to water it, because it'll show consistency. It'll show that you care about the outcome of that, right? And then I think that opens up opportunities, because you've shown that you care about where you're going, you care about where I'm going, and you care about where we are all going, right? And I think that that's something to remember, is like invest in yourself, invest in the people around you, and then invest in what you're doing, because that itself will pay dividends in the long run, because you're setting up yourself to maintain the standard, right, for yourself. Yeah. This is what I want to represent, right? You kind of get to create your own brand, really. Like, what do you want to represent? When people think of you, what are the characteristics you want them to think about, right, that immediately come to their brain? Yeah. So you're really just branding yourself and making sure that you put out the product that you want to represent, So I think that bleeds into all the things, right? Professionally, personally, education, your family, your relationships, right? Like, just helps you kind of build that foundation and create that tool set for you to be able to continue to crush those things.
I think that's a beautiful way to, like, we say it short, because like there's so many squadrons, there's so much work that we don't know. We can't tell you how to do your job. Yeah. But if you just take those key points for anybody who's listening, maybe just got here and no one has told them yet, like, hey, if you really want that BTZ, find out when your cycle is. That way you can get ahead of the game. That way you can develop a plan.
Yeah, and then start the work.
Yeah, and want it as bad as you want to breathe.
Yeah, do what you need to do first, right? Learn your job, learn what you're supposed to do, right? And then we kind of said earlier is picking projects to be involved in that you care about. Exactly. Right? Because you would care more about the outcome if it's something that's important to you, right? And that's okay if it doesn't look the same for you and I. But I could always come and say, hey, man, do you mind helping me with this project, right? And this is why. This is what I hope to get out of it, right? And this is what I hope for you to get out of it.
Yeah.
And I think that wingman concept will really help you kind of get there, right? But, learn the people around you. I think that's a big part of this committee that we're on, right? This private org that we're on, is we genuinely care about the investment into the people around us. We want us to be successful,
I mean, I can say right now, like, I mean, with the podcast, I use it to write stuff down on any award packages or anything right there.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the example. Like, I use it because I'm doing it, but I love to do it. It's not like it's not like I'm doing it just because I want a bullet or a statement or something like that. I do it because I enjoy it. So just find out what you enjoy and how you can impact your community in your own way. And that's pretty much it. Yep. But I believe you can learn more about BTZ later whenever y'all start your classes up again.
Yep.
So
we're in collaboration right now, actually, to expand it. So we're gonna have a cool PDC coming out.
Yeah.
To educate junior enlisted about it. So. Yeah.
Well, we'll definitely make sure all the listeners who are wanting to know about that when that time comes, we'll make sure to send them the right direction on where to find it and whatnot, definitely. Like the flyers. So these are some questions that we have.
Hit me with them. We should have done hot ones.
Well, we actually did, but that's a lost episode. So that was episode 11, but in an alternate universe, this is also episode 11. So solid. Sorry for all the folks. Maybe we'll make a Patreon. Y'all pay for it. I don't know. But no, we did do that. Every time he got like an anime song wrong, because he's real big on anime, so every time he got a song wrong, he would have to eat a wing that was hot that we got from Schwang's. The what was it called?
I think it was Atomic.
Yeah, Atomic. We couldn't bring the hottest one because you have to eat it there. So we got the next hottest one, which was Atomic. So
that's wild.
Yeah, it was hot in here and he was sweating, but it was funny. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
My superpower, I've always said this too. My superpower would be the ability to understand anything just by touching it. So what I mean by that is if I found a book on French and I touched the book, I would be able to speak French.
Oh man, that's a cool power.
Or if I wanted to learn more about computers, right, I would come and touch like the computer tower and I would understand.
Oh my gosh, that computer is like, that power is actually OP. You'd be the smartest person ever.
Yeah.
But that could go wrong. So
absolutely, it can.
Don't touch something.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, backfire.
So
dang, you should be on the mic, man.
But what I'm saying is, obviously, most superpowers have pros and cons, right? They've got the power of good and evil, we shall say.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that has always been what
with
I
great
would
power
want. Comes great responsibility, 100%. Uncle Ben said that.
Yeah. Shout out Uncle Ben.
Shout out Uncle Ben.
Yo, and Aunt May said it too. You know what I'm saying? Both of them. There was one question. It's not on here, but someone at the squad, I don't know who was talking to me. He said, if you had a useless superpower, what would it be?
A useless superpower would be super speed, but it doesn't work if you really, really have to use the restroom.
I feel like I would still be speeding a lot though.
True, but you said somewhat useless, right?
Yeah. You know what I came up with?
Wait, you can't use it if you have to use the restroom.
Yeah.
So you just stop.
Or
what if you're running across the ocean and then?
You need to pee. Yeah,
I guess you're just going in the ocean.
Yeah.
I said. Now think about it. I said, I can jump off an elevated surface 50 feet from the ground wherever I want to land and have no fall damage.
Yeah.
But it's like, think about to where it's like most of the time I'm on the ground. So I wouldn't be using a lot. And even then, how can I calculate what 50 feet looks like? Because it's like, imagine if I jump off
51 feet.
Well, not.
And then you break your legs.
Well, I only feel 1 foot of that damage is what I would say.
Oh, okay.
But what if it's 65? Then it's like I fell 15 feet.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, oh, but like that's what I'm saying. So like I would still be scared to jump.
Yeah.
But if I actually measured like my squadron building and I found out it was like 39 feet, I'd be jumping off of that thing.
You're saying there's more work than needed for
yeah.
that superpower. Yeah.
It's like you got to calculate it. You're running away from the bad guys or something else, or you're trying to get away, and then like you're like, oh dang. Like I don't know if I want to jump first. I gotta get
Can't
my
do
ruler.
that one. Yeah.
There was a couple other good ones before we move on. Like I also came up with the power of, let's say you walk into a room and there's people in it. You can know what the conversation was 5 minutes prior to you entering the room.
I don't know if I'd want to know that.
Yeah. But I mean, that was just the power.
I was like, I couldn't recover if every time I walked in the room, the conversation was about me.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, every time.
Yeah.
Don't ever invite me here again.
That's funny, and like that's what I thought about. But I was like, I mean, it is kind of useless because like you don't want to know.
Yeah, I wouldn't use it because I don't want to know.
Yeah, for sure. I think my superpower, man, yours was really cool.
Had a lot of years to think about it though.
Did I ever mention my favorite superpower on the podcast? Or like what superpower? Ah, man. I'm not going to think about it in time because I'm pretty selfish, honestly. I want all the powers. What is it? One for all. The My Hero Academia. There's one, the villain, he's one for all, one power for one person.
Oh my god.
And then there's the opposite, where it's all for one. Or, no, one for all. So, it's pretty cool. Picture yourself in a world where you never joined the military and you got to work your dream job. What would you be doing?
I'd be an EMT.
EMT?
Yeah. Probably working in in the fire department.
Okay,
like,
cool.
You know, eventually.
You watch 911?
No. But
is that what it? Yeah, she loves that show. They're EMT people, right? Or
they're firefighters, but they always have to have two that are like
EMTs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've always wanted to do that.
Oh, that would be cool.
I used to. I'm telling you that if I were to talk about all the things I did in my old job, I'm like a Swiss Army knife. But part of the things I also did was I did fire safety, and we would hose down, because we had fireworks shows every night. We would hose down the surrounding like trees and stuff with water, with fire hoses.
Yeah.
So that way they didn't catch fire. You know, because we had a mall that shared the property line with us, so we had to make sure nothing caught on fire. Anyways.
Absolutely.
Between that and, you know, working some medical stuff, mostly my lifeguard and aquatics lane, I always wanted to work both, right? So I've always wanted to like help people. I've always wanted to kind of be a first responder. So it'd definitely be like fire medic type of situation.
That's pretty cool.
So I'm thinking about using my opportunities while I'm in, because you can get a certification that's not in your primary job to get my EMT license. So
that's not something you're trying to do when you get out. It's just
maybe we'll see how old I am.
Yeah.
We'll see how my bones feel when
for sure. I'm feeling that. I broke a couple bones and I'm feeling it. Oh, we got the rod and screws in it. Yep. Yeah, that sucks. I'm always thinking about like when my bones get old. I'm like, dang, I'm gonna be wearing it. I'm gonna be having to use a cane seriously, because my legs are already somewhat weak. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm just 27. Like, I know when I'm gonna get older.
We're gonna be like bionic buds. You know, we're just like titanium on the inside.
Yeah, I don't want to remove it, honestly.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it for sure. Yeah. I wish it was magnetic. I know that's probably bad.
Nah, dude.
But I always wanted to just like.
You do not want it to be magnetic.
Yeah.
The MRIs are wild.
Oh yeah,
it's like
for
a
sure.
giant magnet. It's just gonna pull it right out for you. It'll remove
it for you.
When
you go in.
It'll pull it out.
You
for
good?
you.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah. You.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I don't want it to be magnetic. I just want to be magnetic whenever I want to put a magnet on it and like laugh at it and be like, look, I got a magnet on my foot. And then
as long as you can turn it on and off.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool.
That's my useless superpower right there.
There you go.
Is there any advice that you were given from an older person when you were younger that you didn't take from I'm sorry, let me start over. Is there any advice you were given from an older person when you were younger that you didn't take that you wish you did? If so, what was it?
Yeah, so my older brother, so Mike, has been kind of like a father figure to me since I was like a teenager, right? Because my dad passed away, and he has been literally telling me for my whole adult life, like, go to school, invest into yourself. I promise it'll be worth it, right? Yeah. Like, you're capable. And I was like, man, I just want to, I don't know, drive go-karts around and push buttons at roller coasters and stuff. And I'm in a position now where I look back and I'm like, man,
should have listened to him.
He was right, too. And he was right. And it took me a long time to figure that out. But once I did, I was like, dang. Yeah. He's been telling me this since I turned 18, right? And now our conversations are different, right? He's like, all right, now how do we elevate it, right? Like, how do you
catapult?
How do you keep moving forward, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, it took you a long time for you to finally trust me that I was pointing you in the right direction, right? And now that you've understood that I've always pointed you in the right direction, how can we continue to get better? So, honestly, the day I called him and told him, like, all right, I figured it out, right? He's like, I've literally been telling you that. I was like, I don't need an I told you so moment. I need you to say what next, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm coming to you for, is because I trust your advice, right? And I should have listened to it for the last X amount of years, but we're here now.
Yeah. The one for mine, I don't think I may have mentioned it before, but whenever I use that general statement of enjoy your young years or whatever, like the adults they used to tell you when you were like 13 or 14 or 15, and you're just like, man, I want to be an adult or something like that. And it's like, I was like, man, that's the kind of advice I'm trying to give back to the ones that are growing up. I'm like, nah, man, enjoy it while you're young. Seriously.
We don't recover the same way we did when we were in our 20s.
No, not at all.
Sports, working out, going out, we just don't recover the same way anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
So definitely
Enjoy it.
it.
For sure.
1000%.
This one's a funny one. If animals could talk, which would be the rudest?
The rudest? Cats, for sure.
Oh.
And look, I have
That's kind of facts, though.
You're asking me for honesty here. You didn't bring me here to protect your feelings.
Yeah,
you asked me here for my honesty. And
honestly?
I have 2 cats. And I can tell you that one of my cats would be the rudest animal of all time.
Just cussing you out all day.
She's so spoiled rotten that she would just be so rude.
Yeah.
And I know I would not get along with her if she
could talk.
We would not be friends.
Yeah.
100%.
Rebecca Salem would be cussing at you, bro.
See what I'm saying? Like, I love cats.
Wait, look what he did. He just came right behind her.
Oh my gosh.
And he just gripped and like did a little, I wouldn't even say the love bite. No, it is a love bite. He just didn't know how hard he was doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Like,
coming out of nowhere.
No, honestly, like, cats, I love cats. They have their own personalities, but they would be so rude if they talked. 100%.
For sure.
And for what it's worth, I do have a cat who's very sweet, and she probably wouldn't be rude.
Yeah,
my
Sabrina.
Other one, 1000%. We would not. She'd be blocked. If my cat could talk, she'd be blocked.
Yeah.
100%.
Let's go ahead and get to the Wordle.
Wordle.
Yeah, so we like to do a funny skit. We're doing a similar skit, the same skit as before, but I actually really enjoyed this one. This is what we're working with here. So you kind of know how Wordle works, right?
Yep.
All right, so cool. I don't have to explain it. And for the audience, basically we have, 6 tries to type in a 5-letter word. If it turns green, then that means the position and that letter is at the correct position. If it's yellow, that is a correct letter, but it's at a different spot within the word. And you, like I said, you have 6 tries to do it. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this 3 times. Well, first to 2, but only 3 times. So basically, it's best 2 out of 3.
All
right. So the floor is yours.
Oh my
we could be here to help you out a little bit. I mean, we were doing that with Cassie. But I love this.
I'm pretty good at Wordle.
Oh yeah?
So
it's pretty good then.
I play a lot. We're going to go with stare.
Stare.
Stair.
There we go. And it's stare. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
Always got to start like that somehow.
Yeah, you have to get. My other favorite word is ghost. So I'm not gonna use. Oh.
Wait. Yeah, because
that's my other start word.
Yeah, I mean you could use that. Yeah, you'll waste it on the T, but the rest of them are new letters.
Yeah, let's go with ghost.
I'm sorry.
You sabotaged me, man.
No. You got 4 tries. It's all good. Let's see.
No.
Is that Mills?
Yeah.
What's up, Mills?
Let's go with Maine. Maine.
Huh?
Just kidding. We're making up words. Sorry.
No. I mean, yeah. I guess places aren't words.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Yeah. No, I got you. It's always like you forget. I forget words here, bro. Like I don't know any word in the dictionary.
Oh, that's a good one.
We gotta like. Oh my gosh. What's it?
Let's go with quiet.
There
I
we
know.
go. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
All right. So we got an E in there.
Let's go with maker.
Oh, okay. Oh, 2 more chances. We gotta at least get like 2 or 1 more green, or even a yellow.
Let's go with caved.
Wait. Oh, okay. Caved. Oh. No.
It's not frick.
Frick. Yo, I see so. Think there's a W in there somewhere. Do WAXEX.
What?
No, just type in X. This is what me and my sister used to do. We used to just fill in the blanks.
I see what you're saying. EX. So
well, I know the W maybe is not supposed to be there, but I don't know.
No, it's no D.
I don't think. I mean, I don't think it's waxed. I was just. There's not an R. All right, resume. Would it be repel? Oh no, it can't be R.
Well, I was thinking like REPEL, but there's an A there.
Oh yeah. No. I think this is just chalked.
I
think
okay, I got one last try. I'm gonna say bagel.
Oh, wait. So there's no. Wait, no. There's no G.
Oh, okay.
Because ghost. Ah, that was good though. I thought you had it. What? I feel like it's one of those ones where wait. Repeats. I hate when there's ones where it has more than one letter, like 2 E's. So like you think you're done with the E's, but you're not. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I don't know. It's up to you. No. It's up to you if you wanna. You still get 2 more tries. We just reset or. I'm just looking at what's left, and I'm like, what? Like what?
I know. It put us in quite the pickle, guys.
The ghost.
The ghost.
The ghost.
Yeah, the ghost was useless. It had literally it's the only word with nothing on there.
Huh? Naval?
It has to be an N. There has to be an
yeah.
N somewhere.
Well, it can't be a V. We've already. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's got to be repeated letters in this one. This is not good.
I say we chop it up.
Yeah, chalk it. Put feeds.
You lost.
What was the...
Okay.
Whoa. Oh my gosh, I was literally close. I don't even know how. Remember I did the W-A-X-E and then...
So we did put waxed on there, but...
Yeah, waxed. Oh my gosh, that was actually a difficult word.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that word means.
No.
To be honest.
I don't even believe it is a real word.
Yeah.
I think we got duped on that one.
All
You
right.
looking it up?
Yeah.
We're currently looking up the word
let's go
now.
with money.
Money.
I was like, on the first
we ain't got
try,
no
it would have
money.
been money.
We ain't got no money.
Having a smooth, pale, translucent surface or
Having a smooth,
out of wax.
Cool, so I'm considered waxing.
waxing, smooth city. Nah.
No.
What you think about now?
Shirt.
Ghost?
No, we're not going ghost. Let me down, man.
Nah, it might. Oh, no. Yeah, no, that's a good word. No, that is.
Ghost.
It's all new letters.
Ghost let me down, so can't trust ghost again. Frick. I'm just kidding. No.
Frick. That wouldn't go through, would it?
No.
If it did, dang. I know laser. You can try laser to reposition the R and the S.
Go ahead.
Oh, I might be tripping.
Nope.
How is it with an S?
S-E-R.
Is it really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
That's all right, bud.
No,
What
Laser from what's his name? Who had that album?
What does Zuko
Is
say?
it-
That's rough, buddy.
No, Laser. No, not Major Laser. That's how he spells his.
Yeah.
Lupe Fiasco Laser album. Yeah. So the R is somewhere in the middle first, and the S is still what's going on here?
Oh, that's a good one. There's no E though.
That could reposition all where they need, but like, what word would they use instead of E now? So wait,
Wait, no, let's do that.
that's up to you.
That was a good one. There's no
Rears,
Gears.
gears. Nah, that
No E.
I know, but we're still kind of in the. We just need a green word on this one. Like, even if it's not, I feel like we should just rearrange the letters where they need to go.
Let's go with cards.
Cards.
Oh.
Okay, so the A and the S. Wait,
The S is good.
the R needs to be the second letter,
C-R.
and the A. Crabs.
We can go with crabs. I like that.
Crabs. Oh.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh, snap. Crabs. Oh my.
No.
Oh no.
Is that a...
It could
Crass?
be it. Like quit being crass.
Yeah.
All right, let's go with it.
Really? Is this final?
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
That's your final answer. Send it.
Let's see.
Oh yeah,
Hey.
let's go. See that double. Oh my gosh, those double letter ones, man. All right, last one. Here we go. Ghost. No, I'm just kidding.
Ghost.
Nah, send it.
Send it. Send ghost.
Oh my god.
All right, guys. I can't use ghost ever again.
Yeah.
Ghost has been cut.
Let me see. We need a word that has like a lot of vowels.
Plain. Plain.
Yeah.
Send it.
Okay.
Okay.
Got rid of some vowels now, so all you really have left is U. And E.
We could try flute, and I know there's no T.
No, but it puts the vowels back in there, so let's go with flute because you used both vowels that were left over.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
Flunk. Nope, there's no N.
No, I was trying to spell this, actually. No, okay.
So F-L-U. Oh,
Flush.
there you go. That's a good one.
There's no S
though.
And H.
Thanks, Ghost.
Yeah, thanks, Ghost. See,
it's the only time I can thank Ghost.
Yeah. Flum. I'm just kidding. I don't know what.
Flume is a real word.
Flume.
But there's no E.
And we don't want to waste.
Yeah, if we're gonna.
We gotta throw in 2 new letters at least.
Fleur.
Fleur. See, it better not be a double letter one. Fluff.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh my.
Let's go with fluff.
Oh my gosh. Let's go. You like that? Like that. All right.
Does your back hurt from carrying the team a little bit? Yeah.
We're coming to a close here. We usually give out a little gift. We like to buy the gifts for the guests, and we have this one right here. I hope that you like it. This is our Squadron coin.
What?
Now, I mean, you can't use that on your EPB or EPR.
No, dude, this is awesome.
Yeah, and that way, I mean, you keep your coins, and you know where you got it from. You got it from the After Duty Hours podcast.
This is sick, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. This is
I was
really
gonna
awesome.
originally try to put together some coleslaw to give to you, but I was like, I don't know how to make coleslaw, and you were talking about how you haven't had really good coleslaw around here, so I was like, not gonna do it.
You know what? I'm really happy with this.
Yeah.
I don't know how my wife would have felt if I just walked outside with like to go. Yeah, some coleslaw. She's
coleslaw.
like, "What the heck are you doing?"
Yeah, we're eating tonight.
This is sick. I really appreciate this. This is very meaningful. So thank you so much. Yeah. I'm like,
yeah. Let's go. Okay. Any closing remarks for the podcast? For me, my team, the audience. Anything you want to close on?
Well, first, I just want to thank you for having me out here. I mean, honestly, this was something I was really nervous about.
Yeah.
I felt like we had a good time, though. So I appreciate all the work, all the energy you've put into this. You and the team, because we see you. We see y'all putting in the work out here. And
oh, my gosh. I know you're doing your closing remarks. I don't know why. Pokemon, real quick.
Oh,
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
I always talk about Pokemon.
Yeah, because you know what I really think is cool about you? That you actually travel around the world to go Pokemon going. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
She went on a trip recently just to Pokemon Go to UK.
I went to London, yeah.
Yeah, she went to, because there was an event.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. That's pretty cool, low key.
And for those listening at home, I did catch a shiny Rayquaza while I was there. So.
Oh man, that's goated. Pokemon Emerald?
Yeah,
my
dude.
favorite game.
It's
game
sick.
changed.
It's sick. And because you caught it because I was there for the event, it has the Big Ben backdrop behind it.
Oh wow!
On Pokemon Go, it's sick. And then last year we went to Berlin and did the same thing. So, yeah, we're traveling Pokemon family. So
if you need someone to Pokemon Go with, and you want to start a group, and you did start a group, or anybody who has a group already,
come raid with us.
Yeah, come raid together.
Come raid with us.
And not unless you're not on the same team. Do they still do teams?
Yeah, you can still come raid with us.
Okay,
we don't discriminate, man. We're out here to catch them all.
Who'd you pick though?
I'm Valor.
Okay.
Red.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Well, because Moltres, Charizard, all my people are fire types. So I had to go with Red, but I don't discriminate. I'll play with anybody, anywhere, anytime.
I feel like the most discriminated one is Zapdos.
What?
Yeah.
You want me to give you a Pokemon that I don't like? Chikorita.
Yeah.
Chikorita is a Pokemon I don't like. Sorry for the Chikorita.
I mean, my password is Trico. I love Trico.
But see, I love all the starters. I just feel like Chikorita just didn't bring that inner fire out in me, which is fine because I picked the fire starter.
Chikorita,
she's the one that turns into the giant dinosaur.
Oh, wait. Oh my gosh, I'm blinking out. That's with Totodile and
Cyndaquil and Totodile. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Sorry, man. I gotta go with.
The one that looks like a rhino.
The rhino? Oh, that's turquoise or the rhino.
It's like a small little rhino.
Is it a starter Pokemon?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
The rhino.
I'll get back to you. Oh, Rhydon?
Oh, where you would go to the safari and catch them.
Yeah.
And she had one in her pouch or whatever.
Oh, that's Kangaskhan.
Yeah.
The one with the little one in the pouch?
Yeah, or he has Rhino King.
I don't know, but I loved Safari,
Rhino
man.
King. Look up a picture of Rhino King real quick.
I
think that's what he's talking about.
I love the Safari, man.
Oh, yeah, I used to love the Safari.
Give me all the Safari Pokeballs.
Where you'd have to... It
was like a rock, berry, or Pokeball, right?
Yeah. Well, whenever I had Platinum, I didn't know that if you had your GBA in, you can transfer all your Pokemon. Man, it was a
game changer.
It was crazy to see my Pokemon on there, all level 100, and you had to go to the Safari.
Oh, it's Nidoking.
Nidoking.
Yeah.
Is this the guy?
Yeah.
Nidoking.
Yeah. And then the queen is the girl one.
Yeah. Nidoking.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I love Pokemon. I played every generation. When it became online, I create starter markets. So if y'all
I didn't go too far.
No, man. If y'all got Scarlet and Violet out there, I got all the starters in boxes. So come give me your best trade options, and I got starters for days for you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I'm glad that we brought that up.
Yeah,
so
100%.
Again, I'm gonna shake your hand again. Thank you for being our guest, and it was a pleasure having you on here and displaying, what the KMC First Four, what we're about. We're a community, networking, building each other up, and I think that's what this episode is bringing. Is you're just chatting with somebody that you may not have met. You never thought about who you were gonna meet, and then. And you'd be amazed. We all have something in common. We're all in the military together. You'd be amazed how easy it is to make friends out here, and it's good for us. But yeah, that concludes the episode 11 of After Duty Hours podcast. Always a pleasure hosting these for y'all. I want to thank everybody who's listening right now. And we haven't had much activity with the comments. Comment your favorite moment. And comment who you would want to see next on the After Duty podcast. We're open to seeing anybody. Just drop their name. We'll reach out for you to you to get their information, and we'll invite them on. But other than that, thank you so much, and have a good day.